I'd have been wade in the water.
Wade
Yeah.
in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade
in the
water. God's gonna trouble the water.
Okay, now, bitch. Everybody asked you to do all of that now. Okay, hold your horses.
A slave him. Cheers.
I'm trying to sound a little dainty.
Welcome back.
Cheers, sister. Welcome back. We've been on a little hiatus. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the alternate project.
Yes, welcome to the alternate take. I am your 12th alternate Robin Fierce from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15.
And I am your boyfriend's beautiful nightmare and your girlfriend's reason to kiss a girl and like it. Drew Friday.
She remember her tag, yes. She can't remember the name of the podcast, but she remembers the name of the tag.
Let me tell you the new tag that I now have underneath my bio in Instagram. It says the Hot Box Hottie, and I have to shout out Alex for giving me that.
Okay, the Hot Box Hottie. Actually, that's kind of cute. That's kind of cute.
That is cute, isn't it?
It could mean two things. It could mean hot box as in smoking, or no, three things. Hot as in just sexy, or that pussy is on fire, bitch.
And all three is correct with me.
Well, y'all, thank you guys for being patient with us. The last 2 weeks have been very hectic for the both of us between traveling, lifing, and just all things worldly, you know. But
bitch, can I tell them what we was doing?
Say what?
Can I tell them what we was doing?
You can tell them what you were doing, because this is my business, okay? You can tell your business.
Sister, that's crazy. You don't want to share it with the world, girl?
What?
I understand.
Wait, I don't know what you want me to share, though. But you can share your business.
Bitch, you were in LA having a damn good time. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, this is true. Okay, so for me, I'll tell my business. I was traveling. I was in LA. I had a gig in San Diego, and then I stayed for a few days because I wanted to do a podcast while I was out there. So hopefully that will be out soon. So make sure you follow me, and I'll let you know when it's out to watch. I thought it was really fun. I was glad that I finally got to do it. But traveling and doing this podcast thing, shout out to the girlies that do it, because it is difficult. And you were dealing with your own stuff too the week before, so just
I was with my man.
You were with your man. Mm-hmm.
I was with my man. I had needed to go retreat and love up underneath my boyfriend. We're in a long distance relationship.
7 hours. 7 hours, bitch. You better work.
I had to go love on my boyfriend, so we had to go right away.
So, for this week, we are going to do a very, very quick recap of the last 2 episodes before we get into this. If you want to skip the Snatch game and the Rusical, go to the little chapter thing down below. You can see I'm marking it so that you can just go right to the most recent episodes. But now, we are going to get into the Snatch game really quick. What are your thoughts, bitch?
Snatch game was interesting.
That is a word for it, yes.
I just have one question for you, sister.
For me?
Are you ready for it? Yes, for you.
I don't know if I'm ready to get back in the mess with you, girl.
Are you ready for it?
Okay.
Is the bus still running?
Well, yes. Well, yes. And I am going to blame RuPaul for stealing my joke. Because it's her fault, obviously.
She could have said so many things. Bitch, it is. I haven't gotten off of it.
Bitch, it is. You see me sitting here in the front? Actually, it is. And you got me back here in the back row.
You tell me, because you got me in the back.
Look, okay, that would have been the appropriate response. However, I will say...
She would have sat there with her arms crossed and looked at her sideways and then looked to the left or her right. I thought
that she was gonna... We're talking about Lana Gervais, Harriet Tubman. I thought that she was gonna go the route
Not Harriet Tubman, that was Rosa Parks.
Oh! So okay. I thought she was gonna go the route of Simone's Harriet Tubman, where it was like the auntie from down south kind of moment. But
she gave auntie from
up
Minneapolis. From Minneapolis, from
Arkansas.
Sorry, she from Arkansas. She gave
Arkansas?
the auntie from Arkansas.
Girl.
And it was right in her wheelhouse, and she ate it right on up. It was so much that Lana could have said. It was so many choices.
Yeah.
There were only two great choices.
Yeah. But I will say I'm glad that she made it out of that, and she is there to slay another day. Because, that's my sister. I mean, not my sister. That's my niece, and I love her very dearly. I actually just made a costume for her. She looks sickening in it, bitch.
That costume is conch. That costume is sickening.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I might have to start taking some commissions, because
I keep telling you need to take commissions.
It's really cute, and it's always nice to have a little side hustle or whatever. Anyway, enough about my side hustle. We're on this hot side hustle that we make no money from.
One day we will, sister.
One day. And if you want to sponsor the alternate take, you can email me. Actually DM me, because I don't want to say my email right now, because y'all are just going to email me about some stupid shit. But going into the Snatch game, whose characters did you think were smart choices?
I can't even say Hercules, because that was Eddie Murphy, but that was the mother from the Nutty Professor. But no, Anya and Eddie Murphy. Granted, I agree with Susie Toots that Anya was playing Anya. However, Anya was smart. Anya let me not say she was playing Anya, because doing that voice, that's an act in itself. But Anya gives me like she's silly and like she's a comedian.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, she was playing herself. So it wasn't hard for her to be funny because she was playing a comedian, and she gives me like she a funny bitch. She gives me like she's hilarious.
Stretch from her normal character. I do think that it was different, and I just met Susie. I love Susie. I enjoy Susie. Susie was fun. The comment, at least in that moment, seemed a little microaggressive to me personally.
Wrong person.
And I'm just like,
wrong person to say it.
You're just saying that these two black people are the same type of black people, when, to me at least, maybe not Drew Friday, because being black is not a monolith. Our opinions are not the same. To me, they give very different. Like, yes, still funny, still like that kind of southern, like, hilarity moment, but different for me personally. But
she was her and Bigfoot were the only two good ones. I mean, Sam Star was okay, but Sam Star was playing Sam Star too.
Yeah, Sam Star was definitely playing Sam Star. Sam
Star was for sure playing Sam Star.
I think the smart choices for me were Anya's Eddie Murphy. Rosa Parks was a smart choice if done differently, and Lexi's Gilbert Godfrey, I think was a good potential choice as well. And I did like Jules as well, because that one you could really just do whatever and make it work, and she made it work. With that being said,
Big Ange was funny too.
Oh, Big Ange. Big Ange was good, but that was a good.
I'm black too.
Say again?
When she said, I'm black too.
Yeah, I'm really glad that week I did not have to come to the defense of the kingdom. I'm glad I could just be a part of the kingdom and just sit there and be like, okay, this week it is not you.
Thank God.
Thank God, girl. With that being said, I think we already answered it, but who were your favorites?
Anya, and Anya and Jules Sparkles.
Jules Sparkles.
Bigfoot.
Yeah. Honestly, I said the same thing. Anya and Jules did such a great job, and there were other great people too. Susie was not one of them for me.
Susie was not one of them for me either.
That it was.
I was like,
I think it was funny for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I was like, okay, what is this? All right,
girl,
choices.
I don't even know what you're saying
at all. Scissoring.
And she hyped it up so much.
And just like Jules said, she was bombing. She was bombing. Who do you think, speaking of bombing, who do you think was bombing?
Who do I think was bombing? Lexi, but it was still funny, but for the wrong reasons. I don't think Crystal was amazing. The makeup was on point, but it was also scary as hell.
It was scary. It was
scary.
I was just
hell,
like,
girl.
huh.
Ooh. But it worked. It worked makeup wise. And I mean Lana, it wasn't the most successful of Snatch games.
Butthole didn't do it for me.
No. I know. I thought she was fine. I think she was perfectly safe with hers.
Acacia didn't do it for me.
Who was she?
See, Trisha Paytas.
Oh yeah, no. But I think she got a few little like zing moments in there. But
yeah. She said that she only eat the skin on chicken, and that was the only thing that was funny about the joke. And I think I laughed because Ru laughed, and Ru's laugh is funny. I don't think Crystal did as bad as. I don't think Crystal did bad. I think there were people that did worse than she did.
I'm shocked that Arietti wasn't in the bottom with the "I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby."
I don't know nothing about no love.
Because I don't remember laughing at any of hers.
Not one bit. Not
and Ru
one
was
chuckle,
very
not
confused.
one. Just like the rest of us at home.
So I think maybe this was one
but
of the
we not going to talk about
that,
my man.
I think this was one of the scenarios that her runway might have kept her at the bottom. They picked that day to let the runways matter.
Crystal's runway was sickening.
It was cool.
Crystal's runway was sickening. It was sickening. She had. Did you see the nail? Did you see her toenails?
Yeah, that was gross.
It was cunt.
It was cunt, but also gross.
It was cunt.
Yeah. Who? Speaking of runways, Speaking of runways, who had your favorite runways this week? I know for me it was Susie, Arietti, and Lana, and honorable mention to Acacia, because I think that was the first week that I actually like enjoyed her look.
Wow, that's nuts! Like, wow, we are on separate ends here.
That's fine. Alternate opinions. Welcome to the alternate take, Diva.
Of course, I lived for Crystal's. I lived for what Crystal had on. I lived. It was definitely out of her element. Mm-hmm. Not just because that's my friend. How I loved what she had on. I also liked what Arietti had on. I loved what Arietti had on, and then I also
of course,
liked
by your husband.
Yes. I am going to be judged for this, but I lived for the kingdom this particular week because the sensible French tip.
To be clear, the French tip with the lips right here in the center of her face. Sister, I'm concerned. I'm concerned. I don't know if you smoked too much that day. I don't know if maybe the liquor was flowing too much. I don't know if your hormones are just imbalanced right now. But the French tip look, bitch, with the kiss nails, Don't even go like this. Like those are the same French tip. Corey King had this size nail on with a French tip, bitch. And I guess the triumph in that moment is getting away with that on Drag Race. Getting away with spending $10 because those nails are $7.33 from the CVS. $968. She pulled from her closet or some shit. She got away with murder.
When she bit that corner, I said, "No, I know you fucking lying." Hold on, bitch.
And that was a shake and go wig. That was Ramona's wig from her confessionals.
She just dyed it black. She just dyed it jet black. I said, then when she said, when they said, Corey King, you're safe, I said, bitch.
I said, whoo.
I said, bitch, I know something, ho. Oh, bitch, I know something. And you know what, Kingdom? You ate that up, Kingdom. You ate that right on up, Kingdom. Uh-huh.
Girl.
Whew, those are my top 3.
And with that, it was Crystal's week to go home. Crystal, we love you dearly. You were sickening. And that just also
I thought she won that lip sync.
It's anyone's game. And it doesn't matter how many wins you have, you can get the boot at any time.
With that being said, since we have a jam-packed episode, let's move on to the next episode, which was the the Rusical. It was the Wiz of Wicked of Oz.
Yes. They had 2 Dorothys, 1 Galinda, a Wicked Witch, and Dorothy's
2
merry
monkeys.
friends. 2 monkeys. Yes. And yeah, Dorothy's friends. They didn't have a Toto. I'm shocked they didn't have a Toto. Cher's character could have been Toto.
They didn't have a Toto.
Was Cher supposed to be Toto? Gagged. Cher was Toto.
You heard it first. You heard it here first at the Alternate Project.
Girl, one day you'll get the name right. She won't.
I told you, I'm gonna treat this like Tony treated Maya's son Jabari's name. She always called him something other than Jabari.
Girl, what are you talking about?
You ain't never seen Girlfriends?
My girlfriends. R.I.P.
You know
Angie Stone. R.I.P. And I just learned that she sang that song. I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, she sang that song.
I can't eat, I can't sleep anymore.
Waiting for love to walk through the door.
I wish I didn't miss you anymore. I'm so off, but bitch, I was
same
gagged.
old story back again.
Hey,
he's in love, but he's just a friend.
Sick and tired
of arguing, blame on me.
Now what?
No.
Now you think it's funny.
All you want to do is what?
Or did you forgot when you were
down? I was around.
You know that was a sample of Backstabbers?
Yes.
Have a light in your face. I don't want to take your case. Backstabbers.
We went on a tangent.
Yes, girl.
That was our music. That was our version of the Rusical.
That was our Rusical. Okay. So again, R.I.P. Angie Stone. We loved her very dearly. She is a black R&B icon, and if you're not familiar, get familiar because she has some bops. Okay.
Down.
One of these days it's gonna happen to you.
Missing the love, you're missing you. Oh, baby.
Oh, wrong note. Work.
Down. Did you agree Wait a minute. Can we talk about go? Let's go back. So let's get back on track. Let's get back
Okay.
to the Rusical. That monkey part was looking at Lana and Corey like, bitch, what's up?
No, I do not agree that that was supposed to be Lana and Corey, bitch. You know how canceled Drag Race would be if they were like,
Drag Race
oh
would have
yeah,
been so
oh yeah,
canceled.
this is for the black girls. Yes, be the monkey.
But you want to know the gag? You want to know what's gaggy?
What's the gag?
I would have picked the monkeys. I would have picked the monkeys.
All right, when these bitches out in the street start calling you a monkey, bitch, I don't want to hear shit.
No. Here's the reason why I would have. There's so much range that you could have done with that monkey.
I didn't think there was a lot of range actually for the monkeys. I thought
There
the
was-
monkeys were very one note.
No, there was so much you could have done
with the choreo.
monkeys.
It was very just like.
I feel like the choreo went along with how the song was, and I feel like they could have done a little bit more with the song.
Yeah.
Which
I
would
will
have made
say
Jamal probably would have done differently with the choreo.
My alternate take for that episode is that Lydia did not do that much better than Corey. So maybe they both should have been in the bottom for their monkeys. You're telling me Corey is in the bottom because she didn't get low enough to the ground? Her monkey wasn't to the floor enough for you? But Lydia's over here? You said Lydia got close to the ground? Bitch, Lydia is 5'2". Corey is 7 feet tall.
Speak on it.
I'm confused.
Speak on it.
Jamal, as fine as you are, I'm confused.
We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
How dare you? And we did not learn anything from this.
We did not. I felt like they both did just as equally as bad.
Yeah.
Acacia was like watching the Titanic.
Yeah. That ship sank. And it sank quick.
It was going.
It sank quick. I feel like this episode was the battle to see who would rise, Susie or Acacia, because they both really fought over that part that Acacia got. And honestly, I'm glad Susie got the part that she got. I feel like she would not have served as much with that Dorothy as she did with the Wicked Witch. She wouldn't have been able to show as much of the personality. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she would have been able to. But I'm glad Susie got the role that she got. Because it was really good. She, for me, was one of my tops along with Anya.
I loved Anya.
Yeah.
I loved Anya.
Yeah. Who else?
I think it was Susie and Anya's Rusical. Because, I mean, I didn't really care for Arietti, Lexi, and Lana's 10-man.
I will say.
Scarecrow. It was okay.
I will say, even though you didn't care for that group, if I wouldn't have gotten Harlem Dorothy or I forget what kind of Dorothy, if I wouldn't have got White Dorothy or Harlem Dorothy, I would have wanted one of these parts, only because I thought the choreo was fun and I really enjoyed the harmonies. When it comes to the Rusical, for me, it would have been what role would my voice have lended to the best, or what would I had fun singing the best, and I would have enjoyed doing those harmonies and singing those parts. But I really would have loved, which would have been a risk because there was a lot of choreo and it's a big part, Harlem Dorothy. That would have been my top role. And then I really think I could have sold the last Dorothy, because baby, she sings a ballad. Okay? Rashawn Robin Fierce, over here, we sing ballads. And it would have been sickening.
I would have wanted one of the 10-man, either 10-man. I know which one out of the three I would have wanted. I would have wanted either the lion, one of the monkeys, or Elphaba.
Yeah, I feel like Elphaba would have been fun. If I had to pick a role for you out of this, I would have picked Elphaba for you. I feel like you would have just had fun playing with your titties. And bitch, how as quick as they's grown in, you wouldn't even needed a breastplate, honey.
No. That's not. Oh, yeah. I would have definitely not done it without the. I would have definitely done it without a breastplate. I would have. It would have. I would have done no body. It would have been. I would have made that skirt very. I would have made her look like a whore. I would have made her
Which,
look
I
like
mean,
a
she is. She's a whore for the
whore.
wizard.
She is a whore for the wizard. I would have made her look like a. Wait a minute. We said Elphaba. We meant Glinda.
Oh. I'm keeping that in.
We meant Glinda.
Y'all know what we meant. We meant Glinda. Sorry.
I'm saying, I'm like, wait a minute. Elphaba is the green one.
Yeah.
I would have wanted Glinda.
Yeah,
Me and Jules
sorry.
Sparkles would have. We would have had to. You would have
been Corey in that scenario, and you would have won.
I would have won.
Yeah.
I'd have been
Production
like.
would have stopped.
I'd have been like, I don't.
We've
sexy.
We've already been over this. We're not seceding our picks.
You're sexy. Sorry, Miss Mamas, but the body is in the building. And I would have looked at her and Corey like, you want Maybelline or you want natural?
Yeah, I do think they were just playing though. I even watching it before I saw Corey's takes on it. I'm like, Corey's not serious. Corey is playing with this girl. She doesn't care. So
I can see that. Yeah,
she was stuck with
but
the
those
monkey.
would have been. She was stuck with the monkey. Those would have been my three. In order, it was Glinda, Monkey, Lion.
Yeah. Which would you, if you were in charge of picking, what would you have picked for me?
I would have picked
And if you say the monkey
regular
bitch,
Dorothy.
if you say the monkey bitch, the podcast is over.
I wasn't gonna say the monkey, but you don't want to be a monkey with me, sister.
No, girl.
Ooh, ah, ah.
No, ooh, ee, ah, ah, ting tang, wada wada, bang bang. Not up in here, bitch.
That's exactly what I would have did, bitch. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting tang, walla walla, bing bang. I'd have been like, bitch, do it in a Jersey accent. Bitch, what? We would have been out there dressed like monkeys from the Jersey Shore. Girl, they could have done so much.
Oh my god.
But no, I would have done for you. It would have had to been either regular Dorothy, Elphaba, because you do a great Elphaba. You do a great.
I do a good Elphaba makeup.
Or, no, just those two roles. Those two roles. I would have given you one of those two.
I mean, I could see myself being Dorothy too. That being said, do you enjoy still seeing the recording process for these? I mean, I don't think they could do this challenge without showing the recording process, but it's really not that needed because they put so much auto-tune on it anyway, so do we care?
Not really. I want to see more rehearsal.
Yeah, honestly,
I want to see more rehearsal, and I want to see how do y'all get prepared. Like, oh wait, did you not make it to the Rusical? You didn't make it.
I didn't make it to a Rusical, but I did do a music challenge that was like this. It just wasn't a musical. What's the question?
I wonder how blocking goes with the dancers, because you only see them in rehearsal learning like a 8 count. I want to see stage blocking. I want to see how they prep, because they don't get those costumes until they get there.
Yeah, so Drag Race has a costuming department. So all the little challenges, not all, but some of the challenges where it's very specific, like this one, where if they told you to have a Wizard of Oz look, then it would kind of give away the challenge, and it would be slightly unfair. But they have a costuming department there with some looks prepared. They don't know who's getting what, so sometimes they're making stuff, sometimes they're shopping for stuff and just bringing them in. And then with the rehearsal process, you have the rehearsal process on stage on camera, but there's also a rehearsal for like really getting into it with the choreographer.
And see, I want to see that. I
Yeah.
want y'all to go. I want them to go back like making a band.
Yeah, I mean, but the
where
thing
Diddy
is,
had
and I
came
don't-
up in the room and said, "Wake up and start doing the count
Well-
now." I want to see that.
But the thing is too, and I don't know if it was the scenario for this one, and it wasn't the scenario when for my season, but sometimes they have a choreographer there that isn't like Jamal per se. They don't have the
their
on
assistant.
camera. It's somebody who knows the choreo that can go through the choreo, because why are we paying Jamal or whoever extra money to be here and not be on camera?
It's probably his assistant. It's probably Jamal's assistant.
Again, and I don't know for this episode, and it wasn't like that on my season, but I know they've done stuff like that before. So it's a bunch of different reasons why you might not see more of it, and they only could film for so long. I mean, it's still a production, and this isn't breaking anything by saying this. Productions are only gonna film for so long. So yeah. But
Okay,
they
true.
could replace the recording the music with more of that. But I still enjoy seeing it because I like to see how much autotune they're gonna put on the girls.
Y'all, Robin is judging the way that y'all sing, and that y'all be sitting here posting y'all music because none of y'all can sing and y'all got auto-tune. Robin judging y'all. I just want to let y'all know that that's what that underline was. That y'all can't sing.
It really wasn't.
That's what she was saying.
If that didn't come out of Robin's mouth, that's not what Robin is saying.
Robin was saying that y'all can't sing and y'all need to give it up.
Robin,
she said, "Hang it up,
that
delicious."
Some of y'all can't
y'all
sing.
look
but the
like
girls that
men.
can't sing know that. Well,
do they?
Ooh ee ooh ting tang walla walla bang bang. Ooh ee ooh ting tang tang walla bang bang. And I'm
with
not
that being
one of the
said, we
girls.
get to the bottoms of the week, and it is Miss Acacia Forgot and Miss Corey King. Chill.
Again, I do think that bottom could have been different. In the direction of Corey being switched out for somebody, or Corey and her partner. But
Acacia was bad. Acacia deserved to be in the bottom. I don't think Corey deserved to be in the bottom.
It wasn't good. And I agree with Adam in the sense of this is the role is more simple. So you really could have taken that part and really did something with it. And I don't know how much creative freedom they were giving the girls in this, but make it your own, and it just feel like she did what was on the record. Which
Girl,
I get
you could have worked the stage.
I get it. Like there isn't a lot of time to learn these things, to try to do something new, but that was the moment to try. And this is me saying this as after the past episodes, I've become a Acacia fan.
Well, that's nice for you.
Like, I really enjoy her. I think she's a sweet girl. And I liked her in the acting challenge, but in
I'm
this
not gonna lie,
episode,
I
it was
do
her
like
time.
her. This episode was her time because there was so much range. She didn't really have to dance. She could have really worked the stage. She could have sung in all four corners of that stage. There were no highs and lows.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't make me feel anything.
Yeah.
And I like Acacia. I like Acacia. It just was like,
Ooh, she was so shady in her Roscoe's, bitch. Did you see that?
no, girl.
Girl. And if you go back and watch her Roscoe's, and I guess this is a promo to Roscoe's. Hey, Roscoe's. Because I do still watch those. I just rewatched me and Aura's Roscoe the other day, and I was like, oh, girl, what a time. But, bitch, she was not having it.
What'd she say, girl?
Honestly, I don't remember the words that were said. I just remember the feelings that I got. And I don't know if she likes all the girls. I don't know if she still talks to all of the girls. And I don't know that to be true or not. Also, shout out to Malaysia Baby Doll Fox, because I am definitely wearing her merch because it was a cute orange to go along with my orange. But yeah, girl. She
Okay.
She did the job.
Well, she did the job and didn't do the job, and she got sent the packing.
Yes. And speaking of doing the job, we are doing the job and getting into the design challenge. Let's see which girls did the job for this design challenge. Are you ready, sister, to get into the current episode?
Let's get into it.
All right.
Start your engines and may the best drag queen win.
Okay. All right. We are back in the workroom. It is a new day. Acacia has gone home. Corey has defeated her. We get back into it, and it's kind of like Sam versus Ari. And it's a battle I did not expect to be happening. Because it's not like Ari was going to be in the top. So, like, why? I will say, in Untucked, Arietti said that the role of Cher was safe. Really quick, going back to the last episode, do you think that Cher was the safe role, the easy role?
Not for Sam, no.
Really?
Yeah.
I
didn't expect for that.
I have
I
to
didn't
say,
expect
I
that
do.
to come out of
I
Sam.
agree. In general, and that's no shade to Sam. And if you want to do the quote unquote easier role, that's fair. That is still a game tactic. You picked a role that could be a success. Now, do I think she should have won the episode? No, but we're not in that episode anymore, so whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't think she should have won that either.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice, judges. I think that should have been Anya.
I thought that should have went to Susie. I'm sorry.
I would have been fine with Susie too, but
yeah, I did not think that was gonna go to Sam. I was like, huh?
For Cher.
Wow. I mean, it was sickening because listen, not everybody can.
Wagon will what Lucy, bitch. I
can't even do that,
girl. Well.
So see, I'd have been wade in the water.
Wade
yeah.
In the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade
in the water. God's gonna trouble
the water.
Okay, now, bitch. Everybody asked you to do all of that now. Okay, hold your horses.
Slay him.
Shit. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
All right, let's get back into it. The girls are really
fighting.
They're really fighting. They're really trying to push for this win. Do you think that at this point in the game, if you do not have a win already and you don't get a win this episode, you're kind of done? Like, your chances of winning is like out the window.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We're at what, top 9, top 10? No, top 8.
Sure. There's still a few girls, but
there's still a lot of girls. We still have a couple of weeks. We still have a couple of more weeks. We still have a lot more challenges. I don't think you're done as long as the judges are seeing you and seeing the progression.
Yeah.
I think you're still in good standings. You just have to keep turning and burning it every week.
I agree. But it's also that if you haven't gotten anything, now you really, really have to do the drag race thing of light a fire under your ass, and every week you have to be on until the finale, or you may not be the luckiest drag queen in the world that year. But you know, that's just the game.
That's how the cookie crumbles. I mean, technically, you're still the luckiest drag queen that year because your booking fee's still going up. So
that's true. That is true, but not $200,000.
Then there's that. So now we're into the design challenge. How do you feel about another design challenge?
Bitch, I wish this would have been my season. I wish my season was a design heavy challenge. Baby, even if I would not have won every single one, I still would have done well enough to get me through, maybe get some positive judges' critiques. I'm jealous of these girls. I wish I had more design stuff. Even though I'm not the speediest of seamstresses, I could have got through, I think.
Y'all didn't have a lot of design challenges this season.
I did one, and then they did a ball. And I think think that was it, and I wasn't there for the ball. But
Yeah, no, yeah, I think they only had the one that you did in the ball.
at this point, we're
Now,
a few weeks in, and we've had 3 design. Is this the
Three.
third one?
This is the third one.
This is the third design challenge, and it's always so interesting to see which seasons they pick what type of challenge to be the dominant one, whether it be acting or comedy or sewing or musical moments.
Here's my thing. Okay? All you drag queens that know how to sew, kiss my ass.
Baby,
because
I guess I gotta...
because everybody say you should know how to sew. You should know how to sew. You should know how to sew. I am Nene Links. They make it in your size if you got the coin. Okay?
But you don't have the coin to bribe the producers to let the looks be mailed in from a designer.
Here's my thing.
So you have
as
to
a
know
drag queen, my job is to perform, not to sit here and act like I'm on what's that show? That design show with Heidi Klum and
Project Runway.
I did not sign up for Project
Making
Runway.
the cut. Baby, your job is to perform, is to entertain the people, and you have to serve a look. You gonna perform naked? Well, actually, with you, yes. With you, yes. But and however, there is at least a cover up before you get to the naked.
Yes, but it never said that I had to be the bitch to make it.
Well, in this scenario, you have to be the bitch to make it, so you have to learn. And again, it's the age-old tale. We know these challenges are coming. And if you are not a sewing bitch, any drag queen watching this right now, if you are not a sewing queen, you need to have one of your designers construct some patterns for you so that when you are there, you can take that pattern, put it on the fabric. You will have to know how to use a sewing machine, but you don't have to design anything. You don't have to worry about fit. It is that you use, at least as a base, to create your outfit.
I have those. I have my patterns for a leotard. I have my patterns for pants. I have my what you mean? Hold on. I have my pattern for a gown. I have my pattern for a mini dress.
Okay.
I have my pattern for a one piece for a romper. Yeah.
A romper? A romper.
Yup.
You rumping? You rumping, bitch? 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 That should be your next single.
Hello.
Rumping. No, but
rumping and thumping.
Please have more than a leotard pattern. That's what I was saying. Yeah. I should have let you finish, but don't just have a leotard pattern, y'all.
Yeah,
but
I have several.
Good. So I feel like you will be fine as long as you're not gluing fringe to a stretch fabric. You'll be okay.
Now I know to hot glue it as opposed to E6000.
Oh, if y'all, I'm not even gonna put the picture up here, but y'all, one day Drew was like, I gotta put this fringe on this costume for a Beyonce look. It was a stretch leotard, and she's gonna put this non-stretch fringe E6000 to it. When I tell you, the bitch could barely get into it, and she looked like a damn loofah.
Well, now it looks different, and I don't look like a loofah. Stay tuned. Because
That was the funniest picture you've ever sent me.
Bitch.
That was the funniest picture you've ever sent me.
I was in distress over here, Miss Mama, because that wasn't the only costume that I was working on. You saw the dress, right? The brown dress?
Yes, that was cute.
Yeah. I think that one was stressing me out more than the loofah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild. Well,
it was just so many stones. It was so many stones because I even added stones to the mesh material. Yeah. It was just a lot of stoning, and I hate stoning. My ADD kicks in, and I'm like, oh, a fly.
Well, speaking of distress, who do we think is distressed going into this episode? It's another design challenge who's dreading it? I know for me, it's probably going to be Lana. I was a little worried about. I know Sam Sows, but Sam I was a little worried about because I don't think I lived for her last one. And Corey for sure.
I was nervous for Corey and Lana.
Yeah. And
I was nervous for my two girls. And Anya.
I mean, Anya, even though she is not a seamstress, she has been selling it down the runway. So before they
She's selling it. That's it. She's
honestly,
selling it.
Okay, points have been made. Okay.
Jersey is wanting to sit in my lap.
Everybody say hi, Jersey. In the comments, type hi, Jersey.
Hold on, sister. Let's rewind that. Let's go back.
Oh, we did forget something. Okay.
What else we forgot?
Oh, I was.
Oh, you were in character. Ah! Keep that in there. Keep that in there. Keep this in here. Keep this in. Oh, woo!
Girl, bring in the damn segment.
We forgot something, sister. We were so excited about talking about the designs that we forgot all about the mini challenge. Who was your favorite reading? Who was your number one reader? Mine was Jules Sparkles, because even when she wasn't reading, she was reading.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't take that into account, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, when Arietti said something about bricks, Angel said, and your jokes aren't funny.
Okay, here's my thing, and I'm going to tell you who I thought was my favorites. I didn't think Arietti's reads were bad. I just think the delivery just fell flat. The reads themselves, I thought were good. It's just, it was just like, okay.
In the words of Keke Palmer on that Vogue show,
Legendary.
I just broke Legendary. I just broke 2 nails. That hurt.
On what?
That hurt. I didn't even feel it. They were underneath I had my hand underneath my leg, resting underneath my leg, and I pulled my finger out and I got excited. Now I look like a lesbian.
Fitting, because you are.
I am not in lies.
Girl, you don't want me. I'll post the receipts again. Well, I forgot where we left off, but my favorite reads were going to be from Lexi, Jules, and Susie, which I agree with the Susie win for that challenge. Like, she was just so damn funny.
Hilarious. I agree with Susie winning as well. I think that was a hook, line, and sinker.
So once we have the reading challenge debacle over, it really is now time to start the Betsy Johnson sewing challenge. Is this a theme that you would have been excited about? Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
It's a design challenge. No, I would have not been excited about a damn design challenge.
Okay, that I understand, but do you like this concept? Are you a Betsy Johnson fan? Do y'all's aesthetics align?
I do like Betsy Johnson. I would have been excited about this challenge and creating something along the lines of the Betsy Johnson realm.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly the collection I would have picked.
Which one would you? Because that was going to be my next question. What one would you have picked?
Prenup.
Yes, you are my sister, bitch. You are my sister. First of all, I wouldn't have been thrilled about this challenge. I love Betsy Johnson, but I just feel like our aesthetics are just different. And that's fine. And she's amazing, but I wouldn't have been like, I would have struggled thinking of what to do with this challenge to make it still Betsy Johnson-esque, but also Robin Fierce. But that being said, I would have picked the prenup one. I feel like that would have been where our aesthetics would have aligned a little bit more. And if not the prenup one, then potentially the flapper one, actually, which is kind of shocking to me. But I liked how the girls turned out for that one. I also feel like as they're picking, it is a moment where you could really use some strategy, because now Susie got to pick hers, and from there, everybody else gets to pick who goes next in picking what category. And this is where you really could give the girls that can't really sew a chance to pick stuff, and the girls that can sew, give them something that they don't want. Would you have had a strategy going into this?
No, because at this point, we know who can sew and who can't sew.
Yeah.
At this point, we know who can sew and who can't sew. And no matter what, the girls, not only do we know who can sew and who can't sew, everybody's kind of stuck in their wheelhouse. They don't want to go out of their wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. Which this is not the challenge to do.
Yeah. However, no one's going to come out of their comfort zone for this. So no matter what anyone would have gotten, the only person that could have taken them out was them.
Yeah. And I think that's fair. In this scenario, I feel like I would have done what they did. At this point, there was no strategy. It was clear that there was no strategy. Everybody just picked their friends. Except Lydia, who I was very shocked did not pick Corey King. Man. That's your man.
That's your man.
And you gonna let your man fall flat on his face. So, although, do we think that no matter what Corey would have gotten, she would have been in the bottom?
Make a mini dress. Yes, Corey was gonna make a mini dress. Corey wasn't gonna make nothing else but a mini dress, and I had high hopes that she was not gonna make a mini dress.
And what did she make?
A mini dress. And she wore them silver damn ankle boots.
Did she wear the silver boots in the actual thing, or just the lip sync?
No, just the lip sync.
I feel like it's fine just the lip sync, but
yeah, them her dancing shoes, I could tell.
The thing is with her, they do the walkthrough, and Ru talks to her about these same silhouettes. If you know that tight dress, short dress moment was one of the things that you've already worn, girl, now's not the time
to rest on your laurels. This is the third design challenge. So, of course, do something, show them something that you haven't done already within the design and within what you've already worn on the runway. If she would have came out in a leotard, I'd have been like, cunt.
You and these damn leotards, girl. Stop telling these girls to come out in leotards. You want them to be in the bottom.
I do. It's my strategy.
You said, if ever there's a time I'm on Drag Race, let me tell the people who might potentially be on this show with me, just do leotards. You'll be fine.
No, if she would have did a high-low with that, if she would have had,
she did do a high-low.
Would have been, I wanted that low to be a lot lower.
Oh, okay. Kind of like what Lydia did. I mean, Jules did.
Yes.
Okay.
But not as long. I did not need that long of a train, and I needed to stop at a point.
Yeah.
Very Marilyn Monroe.
Happy birthday, Mr. Preston.
Yes. If she would have did that, if she would have made the strap here a little thicker to cover that side of that breastplate, that would have been cunt to me. And if she would have made that low just a little bit lower, and all we saw was that one leg, I'd have been like, oh, cunt, sickening.
Yeah. And I mean, we're gonna get into more of the looks in just a second. But while they're still picking, would you have felt a way? I mean, for me personally, I would not have cared if I was picked last in this scenario, because I'm just like, okay, it's all fabric, I can figure something out. But would you have cared about being like last pick and all that?
No, because I think that each category was fun.
Yeah.
The only category I would have not wanted would have been the flapper.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, that one would have been like, okay, I'm going to take a risk and do something new that I haven't done. And that's why I wouldn't have mind necessarily doing the flapper one. But yeah, wedding dress one, prenup one, definitely.
Or the prom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you go to prom?
Yes, I did. I went to junior and senior prom.
Oh, I only went to senior prom. I went with my friend's sister Jenny because I thought I had. This is when I thought I still like girls, but I thought I had a crush on this girl Jenny, which was my friend's sister, and we had went together. Nothing happened, which nothing was going to happen because whatever. But I didn't love prom season.
My junior prom, I went with my best friend, my sister. I've known her since I was a freshman in high school. Her name's Shakira. I went with her, and she's what, 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
And then my senior year, I went with the captain of the basketball team for the girls basketball.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be for the men's basketball. I was about to say,
No.
ooh, wow, that was brave.
Very progressive.
No,
her name is Portia. Her name is Portia. And she's a lesbian now.
Hey, Portia. Oh, y'all both turned into lesbians.
I am not a lesbian. You gonna stop spreading that propaganda.
Wow.
Just because I said to you that you look good, sister, does not mean that I want to go ahead and be scissoring and doing what Susie said on Snatch Game. I do not want to do that. Don't be lying to these people, because these people gonna start coming up to me, and these ladies is gonna be sitting there talking about, hey Drew, can I buy you a drink and take you out? Now wait 1 minute, glasses. I am an ally.
Hey, maybe you. She is an ally. Y'all heard it here first. She supports the queer people. She supports the gays and the lesbians, but she is a straight woman over there. Okay.
Cis heterosexual black woman.
Okay. Now that we've got their choices, they have their designs. Who are you looking forward to seeing? I know we're worried for a few girls, but who seems like they're gonna pull it through for you?
I'm excited to see, in this order, Miss Jewel
And
Sparkles.
in this order. Not kidding.
Miss Jewel Sparkles, Miss Arietti, and Miss Lexi Lexington Love.
Yeah. I mean, Lexi, she had some struggles with the design, but even though, like, she's been safe, I know she's going to turn out something that's cute. So I was excited to see hers. I was excited to see Arietti's, but based off what she was talking about, I didn't think that it was going to be super Betsy Johnson inspired. And honestly, I was excited to see Jules and Susie. I wanted to see what Susie was going to do with this short version of the flapper dress. That really interests me personally.
And her do-rag.
Now, girl, was that a do-rag?
That was not a do-rag. That was not a do-rag.
So I don't know
that was not a do-rag.
What Corey was talking about.
I don't know what she was talking about. Anya was correct. That's a white girl with a scarf on her head.
Okay.
That wasn't even a headscarf. That was just a scarf on her head. That was some fabric that she wrapped around her head.
So
that was not a do-rag.
To the do-rag girlies. I used to be a do-rag girly, but I personally could not keep up with all the brushing. My father really wanted me to be that butch person, just making sure the hair is tight, the haircut is right. No, I don't care. I do not care.
You are not that girl.
I was not that girl. There is a chill of love in the room with Susie. No, Susie. Wrong white woman.
She. They did say she a third
with Corey King.
That's they kid.
And Lydia Butthole Collins. Now, do you think they're really together?
Yes. And I am here for the romance. I'm for it.
Yeah. I mean, based off what they've said, based off what we've seen, I do think they are actually really together. I think it's super cute to meet your person on this random reality show that you decided to do. I do think it may be hindering them, which we will see this week. But if you were there, you didn't have a man, would you even entertain a showmance? Because for me, I'm not. I have to focus on what it is we're doing. I'm not picking you as a favorite unless it's like an alliance moment. But we can't do this here. We cannot do this here.
It would be a hard no for me. I don't think I possess the body parts that my other contestants would be looking for.
You
I
have
have
an asshole,
extra
right? No, I'm kidding.
You know, I'm a woman, and they like the company of other men.
Uh-huh.
So
I mean, I'm sure there are some bi-curious, pan, whatever the correct terms are these days.
I still wouldn't do it. I still
Yeah.
wouldn't do it. I'm out here to. You can't shit where you sleep.
Well, as a person that has shit where they sleep, you can. Just not on RuPaul's Drag Race. At least not on purpose.
Yeah, not on purpose, child. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not shitting. I'm not shatting where I'm sleeping.
I feel like, I will say, does it not make the relationship stronger? Because one, y'all are going through the same things. Two, depending on how long you're there without really the ability to have sex. So
Y'all in the pod.
The relationship gets stronger because now you have to be friends.
Y'all are in the pods. This Love is Blind.
So, I mean, I feel like they could last.
Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, because, y'all can't go to each other's room.
No. I mean, you might be able, if you're really, really good, if you were a 007 type bitch, you might be able to get away with sneaking into another person's room, but they have guards there.
Damn, they really be having y'all in jail, huh? Y'all in prison.
Okay, prison, honey. But
at least they get yard time.
We get yard time too. Not a lot, but...
At least they get yard time, bitch.
You're stupid for that.
Sister, let's dive deep. Are you ready to get into these looks and figure out whether they're fierce, fine, or funky?
Oh, yes. Let's get into it, bitch. Who we starting with?
We're starting with my man, my wife, Miss Arietti.
Arietti! Honestly, I thought this look was really cool. For me, I'm going to give it a fierce. However, why I think this look did not win was because it was not Betsy Johnson. It was Arietti using Betsy Johnson fabric, which does not make it a Betsy Johnson inspired look.
I can agree. I can see where you're going with that. It gave very much Arietti time. It didn't give the mashup that the judges were looking for.
No.
Because this looks like it's I can tell it's Arietti. I can tell it is very, very, very Arietti and on brand of Arietti. And the only nod to Betsy was the little bow tie.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a fierce. However, I get why it did not win.
Our next one is going to be George Sparkles in her flapper moment. What'd you think?
Motherfucking Jules. Fucking fierce. Bitch, you ate this up. The fur going draping around her arm, and then how she had the fur at the bottom of the gown. She ate that up. Even the jewels that were going around her neck,
the jewels
that was attached to it was cunt. You ate this up. That pussycat drinking wig that you got on, bitch. You ate it up.
I wonder if that one was Anya's too, because you know Anya loaned Susie Toot a finger wave wig in the last episode.
Oh, I can see that being Anya nerve, because Anya got a lot of auntie drinking wigs.
But I mean,
a lot of auntie drinking wigs.
The wig was cute. The look was cute. I didn't think that the mix match. How you say mix match? Mix match.
No, mismatch.
Mix match.
Or mismatch.
You know what? I didn't think
y'all tell us in the comments.
I didn't think having all of the different furs was going to look good at first, but how she did it, I thought was very creative, and the look really was very Betsy Johnson-esque. And the fact that she did the fur, how she did, made the look better than what it was going to be. If it was just a solid fur throughout, it would have been cute. But this added something different. She had the studs on there, the jewelry, and like you said, the drinking wig, honey. The drinking wig was cute with this. So for me, it's also going to be a fierce.
Okay, sickening. Next up on the docket, she's the head of the kingdom, Miss Corey Kingdom. Girl, throw it away. Girl, Molly, you
what did she say?
Girl.
Chuck it in the bucket.
Chuck it in the bucket. Because this is... Rue said to you, we sick and tired of seeing these little skimpy ass motherfucking dresses, girl. Why would you come out here in another skimpy ass dress? I could see all your breastplate.
Literally, it was hanging out the side. And literally, that was a comment that she got in one of her other runways, is that they could see the breastplate in the back. So now you got that comment. Bitch, what are you doing? Add another layer of bow underneath so we don't see that.
Bitch, it was so much you could have done. And then I just did, It gave, like you was trying to recreate the Beyonce Dress and Crazy in Love music video at the end. And you just didn't successfully succeed. So it is a funky for me. Yeah. What about you?
I'm going to say it was a funky. I do like the idea of the dress in general. But, however, not for this. Because it didn't give It didn't give Betsy Johnson, and also you were also told not to do this kind of tight dress fitted short moment, and we saw all your little undergarments and things. So for me, also, I'm looking at the picture, bitch, and the way you could see the demarcation in her tights, and there's a hole in it at the bottom, bitch. You see it? Screaming.
Let me go back. Oh, bitch, it is a hole in her tight.
Or that was supposed to go over her heel in the back. She put the tights on wrong.
Bitch, no, I'm zooming in on my picture. Bitch, it's a big ass hole in her fucking tight. Oh, they set her up. They was ready for her to go home. Yeah. They was ready for her to go home.
I will say, though, she looks pretty. Like, and I think she looks good.
Okay. Go off.
And I like the hair with the outfit.
I thought looked really pretty?
Who?
Our next diva.
Ooh, my niece, the one and only, Lana Jarrett. And she pulled it out this episode.
I thought this look was cunt. I thought she looked cunt in it. I was standing ovation.
Yeah.
Rounds of applause.
I was very proud of her. I was very shocked that she pulled this out. I like the texture that the dress had. I will say I wish the fit in the waist came in a little bit more than what it did. There were some things that could have been adjusted a little bit, but I'm going to give this look a fine. I think it was perfectly safe.
Perfectly safe. I loved the skirt line. I loved how the skirt was kind of pleated, kind of not.
Yes.
I loved the bow in the back. It was she looked good. I was very proud. I was like, yes, Lana. Yes, Lana.
It really gives that 80s theme.
It does. I love the shoe. The shoe was perfect. Yeah, Lana ate this up. Speaking of who else looked amazing on the runway, Miss Lexi Love. I loved this look. The rainbow hair screamed Betsy Johnson. The fucking veil.
Yeah.
I want a veil like this.
That was it. Me too. And the fact that she did all of those ruffles too while in the workroom, I love that she was able to accomplish that. Like, she has a very good fashion-minded brain when it comes to these looks, and I really appreciate that. This was, for me, one of my favorite looks of the night. So it's definitely going to be a fierce coming from Robin Fierce.
I wonder if she made that dress underneath, because if you look closely, underneath the dress is a panty that matches the dress.
I think she would have had to make that. It really wouldn't have counted, and she would have been disqualified, especially her being the stickler for rules and telling production about stuff. She definitely had to make that dress. And the dress itself is simple, but I love the little details. I love the hair choice. I love the straps going down the leg. Like, everything together just worked so well. Simple but effective, and still big at the same time.
Still big at the same time. The bow wasn't too small. It wasn't too big. It was the perfect size. Lexi, you get a fierce for me. You ate this up, sister-in.
Our next look of the night is the butthole herself, Lydia Butthole Collins.
You guys are going to hate me.
Go for it, sister. Go for it.
I didn't hate this look.
I didn't hate the look, actually, either.
I actually liked the look. What I would have taken off, I would have taken some of the, I wouldn't have used as much leopard print. I would have I would have definitely just probably put it in sporadic places, but not as much as she used them. I liked that the dress didn't fit to a T. Well, wasn't perfect. I liked that you could see the imperfections in the dress, because the tankini looked like it was made to fit perfectly, like Betsy Johnson does, and it looks like the dress was supposed to look imperfections, like Betsy's collection, like some of her collections are. So I understood it. I just think what overpowered it was that damn fur. All that fur made it look tacky.
Yeah. So what do you rate her?
She's gonna get a fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna also give this a fine. I didn't like the look as much as you did, but I like the concept of the look. I agree that it should have a little bit less of the fur. And for me, the imperfections that were there were clear imperfections. The fit could have been better. Also, in the walkthrough, Rue specifically said, "So are we gonna get another slinky dress from Miss Butthole?" And that is also what she gave. I know the category is flapper, so of course that's what she was gonna give, but you gotta give something a little bit different, especially when Rue says stuff like that. So for me, it's just gonna be a fine.
She doesn't get on my nerves. I hope she doesn't get on your nerves, Miss.
She does not.
Nerve.
She doesn't get on my nerves, but this dress did.
That dress got on my motherfucking nerves, so she is getting a funky.
Yeah, for me, this was definitely a funky. I don't love when, first of all, the shoe, when the tights look like you have no toes.
Barbie doll feet.
That's a boot for me. The length of the dress, and I get it. Your bows are different size. Adjust the bows or move the bows to a spot where they at least look aesthetically pleasing.
All her bows were different bows too.
Yeah, I mean that's apparent, but that you could make that work. But in this case, it just no.
It was a no for me, dog.
So it's gonna be. This is very simple, funky.
Two funkies.
Now, speaking of not funky, which I was a little shocked because when I saw it in the workroom, I was a little concerned. Sam Starr, this little black and white moment, it kind of gave me Madonna, which was cute. It is a little bit on the simpler side, but I enjoy the pattern of it all. I'm gonna give this a fierce for Sam Starr.
It was simple for me as well. I feel like she could have accessorized it a lot more. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna give it a fine.
Yeah.
It gave Sam Starr. It gave Sam Starr. Like, it just gave Sam Starr. So I'm giving it a fine for me. It was okay.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't groundbreaking, but
not at all.
I thought it was cute and successful.
And speaking of groundbreaking, our next queen was not groundbreaking at all. Miss Susie Toot. Funky.
Really?
I do not like this look.
Why?
I don't know. I don't Ish, I don't. It just, hold on.
I don't. It just, for me, I think it's a fine. I don't think it was a winning look, but I thought it was cute and successful. It didn't seem to be what she had planned it out to be in the beginning. It wasn't giving just short flapper, which was giving short rocker, which she said she was also wanting to give, but that's not what she said in the walkthrough. I was expecting a short, a little bit looser fitting flapper dress. And I was excited for that, but that's not what we got. But I'm not mad at this.
I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't know what it is that I don't like about it. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
I feel
don't
like
like it.
It's the fabric.
Maybe.
I feel like it's the
I don't
fabric.
know. It might be the fabric. I don't like the gloves. I don't like the boot covers.
I do think that the bottom of the boot cover could have been wider, so it kind of gave like that little bit of a bell bottom moment, and then tight at the top how she had it. It was just a little too tight at the bottom, but it definitely could have been edited. It wasn't my favorite look of the night, but I wasn't mad at it. And I think also the red hair throws it off.
Definitely. The red hair throws her off. She looked like a troll doll with this hair. I like the dress, the accessories going, the boot covers, the gloves, the one little scarf tied around her elbow, the little squirrel on her shoulder.
I don't like the squirrel on the shoulder.
I don't like none of it.
It looks like a skunk.
It looked like a skunk.
This is Mona Lisa back again.
I did not say that. The views of Robin Fierce do not.
Bitch, she literally dressed as a skunk. That wasn't a read.
Oh, she did. She did dress up as a skunk.
Okay, everybody always thinks everything I say is shady. I don't mean everything in a shady way now.
Okay. Well, there you have it. We have come to the end of
Fierce, Fine, or Funky. Let us know what your fierce, fine, and funkies are. Who was your top fierce and your bottom funky in the comments down below. With that being said, speaking of tops and bottoms, in our top this week, we have Jewel Sparkle, Ariete, and Lexi Love.
In the bottom, we have On Your Nerve, Corey King, and Lydia Butthole Collins.
Do you agree with this top and bottoms? I think for me, pretty much, I feel like this was spot on.
Spot on for tops and the bottoms. Do you agree with the winner?
Here's why I agree with the winner. She wouldn't have been my personal pick to win. For me, I would have picked Lexi Love because I loved that look. I agree with Jewel Sparkle being the winner because the look was good and the look also gave the most Betsy Johnson of the collection. And I think what some of the girls might have missed is that was the point of the challenge. The look should still give Betsy Johnson. And that's why she won. Especially over an Ariete, like I said before, whose construction was amazing, whose look was cute. That being said, Lexi Love was pressed, honey.
I think that Lexi should have won. I think both Lexi and Jules were the only ones that had Betsy Johnson looks.
Yeah.
I definitely think that Lexi should have won.
Yeah.
I agree with Jules winning because they both did amazing and they both did the challenge very well and both of their garments were impeccable. However, I was definitely going for Lexi for that win.
Yeah.
I'm still very, very happy that Jules won.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, Lexi's look, I literally would wear. I would wear that.
Down boots. Now, do you agree with the bottom two being, can I get a drum roll? Corey King and Lydia Butthole Collins?
I think in this scenario, I would have been okay either way it went. Because there were pieces. I would have kept Corey in the bottom. Corey, you're there.
Down.
You're there. You're in the dungeon of the kingdom. I'm sorry. That is where you live.
For sure. You are in the bottom.
That's where you reside, okay?
Down. I agree. She would have been in the bottom for sure.
I feel like Anya and Lydia, it could have been a toss-up because there was parts of Lydia's that I liked, but also Anya's was a little cleaner, especially because you used stretch, so that's a little bit easier. But I hated those bows.
I hated the bows. I hated the dress. I hated that she went in at in their walkthrough and she said, "I can't sew."
And she admitted, but she went to school for fashion?
No, she went to school for theater.
For theater. Oh, okay. I thought she like studied fashion or something. Because she was like, oh yeah, theater. I did fashion, but don't know how to sew. And I was like,
oh, then I could be wrong. That could be, well, I mean,
that's another thing. Y'all let us know in the comments because we don't remember.
You could go to school for fashion and not sew.
That is true. There are many fashion houses that the designer is not making the look. But
I would have put her in the bottom just because of all of that.
Yeah, but also, I mean, not saying that it was or was not planned, but you get the payoff of the couple lip syncing against each other. So, was the bottom right? I don't know, but was it entertaining? Absolutely.
Sure enough was, because them hoes kissed and I was living. I will
say, they were definitely using that Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick, bitch, because the makeup, I mean, it did smudge a little bit, but the mug was still pretty much on at the end, which was kind of sickening.
Yeah, especially Lydia's. And Lydia draws her mouth on. She really draws her mouth on.
Yeah.
And
did you enjoy the lip sync? Besides the kiss.
I enjoyed the lip sync. Who would have thought that Lydia Butthole Collins would be the lip sync assassin of the season? You can fight me later. However, she is the lip sync assassin of the season.
Yeah. I think it's nice because it's just shock. Not that it should be shocking, but it is just shocking that you don't expect Lydia to be this performer. She feels like she is just like a look girl, but then she performs and it's like, okay, bitch, that was cute.
You go
your little scoop-bappy-doo. That was cute.
You can catch a 1-2, bitch. You can catch a 1-2.
Okay. I also just met her this weekend, too. She's also very sweet. And I met... bitch. I met the Slasian diva herself. Joella.
Bitch, you met Joella.
Yes, bitch.
Bitch, did you tell her I love her?
I didn't. I told her that I love her and I enjoyed her on the season. And she mentioned she saw a clip of this very show where you were saying that you hate her and I was saying that I love her. So I don't think she wants to meet you.
Oh my gosh! I love the Slation Diva. I'm so sorry if you're under the impression that I hate you. I love you. I stand for you. I miss you on my TV each and every week. I do. I need you back in my life, Stat. I am so sorry. I apologize for you thinking that I dislike you because that is nothing of the sort. I am a fan of local icons and legends like yourself. And I just want you to know that you are mistaken. You are mistaken. I am a stan. I'm a stan, and I value everything you do for the LA scene, and for us local icons. I appreciate you.
Well, I'll be sure to let her know that the next time I see her, if she doesn't see this. But that being said, we're at the end of the episode. This week, do you have an alternate take, sister?
My alternate take is, if you don't know how to sew, you better figure it out before you get to Drag Race.
I don't know if that's necessarily an alternate take. I think that's very good advice, though. I think that is very good advice. It's
an alternate take because I have to take that suggestion. I have to take that advice as well.
Work.
That's
honestly,
crazy. The Slation Diva think I don't like her.
Honestly, not you still on that. I don't. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't have an alternate take this week. I think everything for once played out like kind of how it should have. If you have an alternate take, please let us know in the comments. And we will read it on the next episode. And with that being said, I'm Robin Fierce.
And I'm Drew Friday.
And thank you guys so much for joining us on this week's episode of The Alternate Take. Thank you guys for your patience with us. I know a few of y'all DM'd me or commented, when's the next episode? So here we are, back again.
We won't be going that long anymore. Also, sister, guess what starts this Sunday?
Atlanta? Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Housewives of Atlanta starts this Sunday.
Yes, bitch. I have to catch up on Beverly Hills because I don't think I've watched it the last 2 weeks. But I'm excited.
Girl! Oh, it's juicy. The last 2 weeks have been juicy.
Ooh,
juicy.
right.
I think my wallet's bigger.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. All right. It's time to go. I gotta eat dinner and I'm gonna catch up on The Real Housewives. We will see y'all in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.